The last place I wanted to be was Frostnipistan.
This one's wife. Look at me. Oh, and happy birthday, Lilibet. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. It's Lilibet's birthday today. Yes, and this has meant that this one's wife has once again taken to Instagram. She posted what would have been the early hours of the morning, Californian time. Happy birthday to our beautiful girl. 4 years ago today, she came into our lives, and each day is brighter and better because of it. Thanks to all of those sending love and celebrating her special day. And as you can see on the screen, she posted 2 black and white pictures. One evidently fairly recent, and the other at the apparent birth of Lilibet. Now, interestingly, you don't just get a picture of Lilibet on her own where you can actually see what she looks like. Oh, no. Look who it is that has to come along and plonk herself front and centre, this one's wife. There's no family photograph, you'll notice. There isn't 4 of them, but I thought Lilibet was a daughter with a mother and a father and also a sister who has a brother. So why not a delightful family portrait of the 4 of them to celebrate her birthday? That isn't required, you see, because it really isn't about Lilibet's birthday. It's all about this one's wife. Now, her supporters will say, oh, she posts a picture, it's a lovely pair of pictures, and you're just hating on her. No, not at all. Hate would be calling her names and wishing her ill and being horrible to her. You see, these simpletons don't understand what hate actually is, because if they were ever to witness the hatred that I can exhibit, they would shit themselves and either fall to the floor or run as quickly as they could to get away from me. What I exhibit towards this one's wife is simple commentary and criticism of her behaviour, not hatred. But the point is that this behaviour is once again driven by her narcissism. She cannot help herself. This isn't to make excuses for her, but it is to demonstrate that whenever it's anybody else's birthday, this is a problem for the narcissist. Why? Because people's birthday wishes and attention is focused upon the birthday person. This is problematic to the narcissist because that attention, in the world of the narcissist, is fuel and ought to be received by the narcissist. But it isn't. Instead, it's going elsewhere. Now, that other person may not require fuel, but that is irrelevant in the world of the narcissist. They are left wounded by the fact that presents are being given to somebody else, that people are singing happy birthday to them, giving them cards, etc. In some instances, the narcissist, in order to deal with that wounding, will cause a scene. They'll have a strop, throw a tantrum, stick their foot through the birthday cake, storm off, start crying, in order to bring that attention back onto them. In other instances, the narcissist will harness the occasion to make it all about them by getting involved, always being the one offering the compliments, particularly where the individual is related to the birthday person in some way. They'll try and take over, organising, demonstrating them to be the heart and soul of the party in order to make it seem like they're making it all special for the birthday person, when in actual fact, they're showing a lack of boundary recognition and taking it over. And we see this with this one's wife. You could just, for instance, put a lovely portrait of Lilibet up on her own or the whole family together. But no, it has to be about this one's wife. I'm the mother. I gave birth to you. Look at the 2 of us together. Here I am with my arms wrapped around you. Lilibet doesn't look overly pleased to be photographed, and it looks like it's a professional photograph that has been taken. But as I mentioned, Lilibet doesn't seem particularly pleased to be included, and this one's wife releases that. In her world, she thinks she's doing something lovely to celebrate the birth of Lilibet. But we know, because she is a narcissist, she has to make it about her. And therefore, she releases a pair of photographs where she is in both of them with the daughter. If you were to challenge her about this, why are you involved? Well, I'm her mum, and I'm celebrating her birthday. She will reject the suggestion that she's taking it over because she can't see that. Now, the second photograph is particularly interesting because it looks like it's been taken in respect of when Lilibet either has just been born or is recently born. Naturally, this one's wife doesn't provide us with a date, but it appears that she is semi-naked at least, or her shoulders demonstrate that she is, and that she's cradling a child, which is purportedly Lilibet, on her chest. It might be suggested that this was immediately after birth, given the small size of the child, or alternatively, it might have been taken days or even a couple of weeks after birth. Naturally, this one's wife produces this as a need to needle individuals and provoke them to demonstrate, this is my child and I've been with her from the very beginning. Well, that might be accurate even if she gave birth herself, or whether Lilibet came into the world through a surrogate. But once again, you have an instance of the narcissist hijacking somebody else's birthday. That Lilibet is just an aside to the necessity of this one's wife demonstrating to the world that she's this lovely caring mum. She uses her daughter's birthday to assert control over the audience. She utilises it to receive fuel by way of response. And furthermore, she utilises it to manage her facade. She could keep matters quiet and just focus on giving her a lovely day and wishing her a happy birthday. But to the narcissist, that's no good. What she needs to do is commandeer the attention, utilising her daughter's occasion for her own benefit, which shows the cynical nature of the narcissist and the absence of emotional empathy. Both pictures tell us plenty about this one's wife's narcissism, and you'll also see it doesn't, to my mind, look like Lilibet's particularly happy to have the tentacles of this one's wife wrapped around her. She doesn't seem to be cuddling her mother, but rather that she's being kept in place against her will, judging by the scowl on her face. And in the second picture, it's clearly done to try and create the impression that it was taken shortly after giving birth to her. But you'll notice that she is wearing a watch in the picture, where I would have thought that ordinarily all jewellery, which includes watches, is removed when you are in labour for reasons of it catching or your body swelling up and so forth. So it's interesting that has been included. I don't think you give birth and think, oh, the first thing I must do is put my watch on, which does somewhat call into question the provenance of this particular picture. Either way, once again we see that this one's wife utilises the occasion of one of her children to make it all about her. That, like the narcissist that she is, she commandeers the occasion for the purposes of the pursuit of the prime aims. Once again, she shows a little bit of the child rather than allowing the child to be seen. Once again, she demonstrates her hypocrisy of pursuing privacy, and once again, flies in the face of that. She also seeks to provoke by making it seem like she's releasing a post-birth photograph. What's also interesting, of course, in respect of all of this, is that because this one's wife is a complete failure at business, podcasting, content creation, etc., etc., notice the increased reliance upon the children. That through Instagram, we have seen more of the children in the last few months than had ever been seen before, which demonstrates that this one's wife is running out of options with regard to the pursuit of the prime aims and becomes all the more reliant upon the utilisation of the props that are the children. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.